Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. My name is Dannah McKellar Ntaka, also known as Professor McKellar. On this channel, we discuss work-life balance, entrepreneurship, and all things feminine. We have some things for the men too, but let's get right into today's topic. We are talking about what it means to be an internet influencer. To influence someone means to have an impact on the choices that they make, whether those choices involve selecting a gown for a particular formal event, how to decorate your home, which career path to take, or even which political choices to make. All of those things are important for each of us. As a public influencer or a public figure, it is important that you decide when and how to speak. Etiquette is important. Timing is important. We can think back in times in history when political leaders may have spoken out of turn and had to come back and apologize. So today, does everyone want to be an influencer? No. Some people are quiet in social media. They're more like the spectators, the observers. When you go to the football game, not everyone is out on the field. Some people work in the coaching capacity, and some people are just there to have a good time, to sport their favorite colors, and to fellowship and mingle with friends. As you embark on your journey to become an influencer, I would suggest that you find your niche. For me, my niche is entrepreneurship. As a maternal fetal researcher, I have an interest in creating healthier outcomes for women and children, especially those unborn children. Someone else may have COVID-19 as their focus. I work at the intersection of pelvic function and viruses that affect pelvic function, such as the Zika virus, which affects the unborn child, the human papillomavirus, which there are over 100 different varieties, and of course the current virus that we're studying, COVID-19. As researchers, we are right now looking at data and analyzing that data to find out what will be the long-term effects for mothers, for women. What's going to happen with menstrual cycles? What's going to happen with fertility? Many of these questions we just don't know right now. So as we collect data over the next 18 to 34 months, we will be looking at trends, charting those on the computers using some of our biological apps to find out exactly how COVID-19 will be affecting all of us. So back to our topic about being an influencer. I love to talk to entrepreneurs. I love to coach and influence entrepreneurs. The people who come to us either have an idea, a spark, they have something that they feel will change the world, or they are a fledgling entrepreneur and they can't quite figure out exactly what to do. At the Campus of Care, our Social Entrepreneurs Initiative is a specific program designed for entrepreneurs who are addressing the social determinants of health. The social determinants of health are defined as factors such as where you are born, how you are born, which zip code you live in, how you're educated, what kind of access you have to funding, to money, to insurance, how much money you earn. All of those factors affect our level of health, whether we have optimal health or whether we have poor health, and those factors also determine how we die. Many factors are related to genetics. In science, we call that nature versus nurture, but environment and the things that we do once we are born can help us to overcome many of the genetic factors determining our health. So thank you for tuning in today. We are coming to you with a series regarding the Social Entrepreneurs Initiative for all new entrepreneurs who enter our program to be able to find out what comes first and what comes next along your entrepreneurship journey. Right now, we have a group of 10 entrepreneurs who are working to become influencers, and I will name some of these entrepreneurs. We have Miss Altanya Shepard from Helping and Teaching Together. Helping and Teaching Together is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They have virtual counseling. Altanya Shepard is the founder and CEO of Helping and Teaching Together. We also have Valerie Villegas, who is from the Corpus Christi, Texas area. Valerie is a registered nurse, and she's the founder of the Robert Villegas Foundation, which is named after her husband, Robert Villegas, who succumbed to COVID-19. The Robert Villegas Foundation has as a goal influencing families who have children who've lost parents to COVID-19. They have coaching for martial arts, as Robert was an expert in several of the martial arts disciplines. Valerie is quite excited about her journey as a new entrepreneur, and with our program and her followers and her husband's faithful students, we have helped them to raise $7,600 for that initiative. We have Vicki West of the Herman Munch West Foundation. Vicki is a native of Pittsburgh, Texas, and lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. She is a proud graduate of Southwestern Christian College, and so am I. The Herman Munch West Foundation works to provide training, scholarship, funding, backpacks, as well as counseling and advice to the youth in Deep East Texas who don't have access to training programs. Many times in rural areas in America, the training programs just don't exist, and that leads to unnecessary crime, delinquency, and recidivism. So we've named Altanya, we've named Valerie, we've named Vicki. Now we'll go to Chicago and we'll talk about Sandra Washington, who holds a master's degree in public policy and administration and who is also a board certified patient advocate. Sandra and her husband, L.C. Washington, founded MediHelps LLC, which is a professional patient advocacy organization. People might be asking why they need a patient advocate if they're healthy. We believe that everyone needs a patient advocate because whether you are in the healthcare fields or not, everyone eventually becomes a patient, and being a patient is not a bad word. We're all patients at some point for our annual physicals or even in times when we're feeling unwell. Contact Sandra Washington or LLC from MediHelps, or Sandra Washington or her husband LC at MediHelps LLC, and they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, and they are also on Instagram. Sandra's available for speaking engagements as well as virtual conferences. We also have Rosie Davis, and Rosie is from Yellow Heart Memorial. Rosie has an amazing foundation called Yellow Heart Memorial. The organization has just celebrated their 1-year anniversary in Irving, Texas. They're at Levy Plaza, and I had the opportunity to sing the Lord's Prayer there at that service where all over the country, over 800 luminaries were lit up to recognize the family members who've lost their lives to COVID-19. Rosie lost her mother to COVID-19, and it is her desire that these family members, friends, and loved ones not just be a number. We see the numbers with Johns Hopkins on their daily count at 4 p.m. We see the CDC talking about over 1 million people who have been lost. But Rosie's dream is for those people to be remembered for the individuals that they are. So she founded Yellow Heart Memorial. They have chapters in 7 states, and they even have an international organization. And Rosie is one of our biggest rising stars. They are all stars in their own right, doing wonderful things in their communities, in their virtual communities, and abroad. Thank you for tuning in and listening to more about the Social Entrepreneurs Initiative. If you follow us on Instagram, whether you follow me personally or whether you follow my company, the Campus of Care, you see us posting day and night about these entrepreneurs. You see us asking other people to join this program because those 10 entrepreneurs are now ready to move to the next level for their second year of training. And we have openings for new entrepreneurs. If you have a dream, a vision, or an idea, contact us. We have been in business since 2005. I was inspired as I sat and looked at CNN, looking at Hurricane Katrina happen. September 25th and September 26th of 2005 were just unbelievable times. Much like right now, when we're seeing COVID-19 happen in front of us, and entrepreneurs, visionaries are stepping up to the plate. You too can start your organization. It doesn't matter if you have a business plan or not. It doesn't matter if you have funding or not. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 14, and I helped my parents and helped my spouse to fund my education by being extremely active as an entrepreneur. I've had many successes and I've had some failures. I've packaged my successes and my failures, as well as my formal training, to help fledgling entrepreneurs not to make some of the same mistakes that I have made. I have also been privy to amazing mentors, community leaders, and politicians who have poured knowledge and wisdom into me in my earlier years. Contact us at 1-888-74-WOMEN. That's 1-888-7-4-WOMEN or 888-749-6636. We have offices in Pennsylvania, in the Philadelphia greater metropolitan area, as well as Dallas, Texas, which is our newest location that we started in 2018. Join the Social Entrepreneurs Initiative. There is no program out here like it. I see many coaches that I admire and I support. Each of us has our own particular niche. I don't want to take any business from any other coach. I just want you to know that when you come to the Social Entrepreneurs Initiative, not only are you getting an extra set of hands, you're getting an extra set of brains. We have a think tank staff of at least 10 people from various disciplines within allied health and medicine. If you're a nurse and you want to start a home health agency, if you're an ultrasound technologist and you want to be a consultant, if you're a surgical tech and you want to leave full-time work, or before you leave full-time work, I always say to people, do what I call the Spider-Man method. With the Spider-Man method, you build your infrastructure. If you remember, and I don't follow Spider-Man or any of those people, but I'm just going to borrow this analogy. Spider-Man would always spin his web. He'd cast his net, get a secure anchor before he launched out. And that's what I suggest that people do. As you are working full-time, begin to set aside money for your entrepreneurial venture. Contact a coach. Get your business plan written. Get your EIN. Get incorporated. Open your business bank account. The government considers you to be in business when you have a tax ID number or an EIN and you are formally organized with your state through incorporation. Later on, we'll discuss the various types of incorporation. But the banks consider you to be in business when you open a bank account. When you come to us, we discuss formal training, anything that you may be missing. We help you to apply for those programs. We structure not only your business plan, but a strategic plan. And by that, we want to find out what's your end goal. We figure out how long it takes you to make that goal, and then we work backwards. If you want to have 2 centers open in 3 years, we break that down to 12 months. We break that down to monthly goals, weekly goals, on down to daily goals. Each of our social entrepreneurs either already has launched a crowdfunding campaign or will launch a crowdfunding campaign, in addition to us showing them how to build business credit, which is actually of the utmost importance today. In the past, I've always stated that it was important to develop business credit simply because my mentor, Mr. Al Howard, in 1986 showed me how to build business credit. But I've learned in the coronavirus environment that whether or not a small business has a Dun& Bradstreet number and a high grade on their credit score, their business credit score, that is now being used as a weeding out factor for grants for 501c3 organizations, as well as loans and other types of funding for small businesses. I'm thankful for that kind of vision, that long range vision. And sometimes friends and family members kind of look at me a little strange when I make a prediction and 2 or 3 years down the line, it comes true. I think a large part of that may be a gift from God, but number two, I believe that it is the fact that I study numbers. As medical scientists, we're always interested in the graphs and the numbers and those predictions, very much the same way that the people on Wall Street study the financial markets. So thanks again. We'll let you go now. Tune in again. We're here 2 to 3 times a week, talking to you about entrepreneurship, work-life balance, and all things feminine. Professor McKellar signing off now.